Alright guys, Rich here from the RCNetwork, and finally, after about 3 weeks, I'm able to actually give you guys a short little review of some Vanquish products. Now, this has been kind of a long, drawn-out story of the Stage 1 kit from Vanquish, and let's just kind of go into the story, and I'll tell you some part numbers and all some fun stuff here with the kit. Now, the kit that I'm talking about are the blue parts that you're seeing kind of in front of your screen there. What the Stage 1 kit includes is it does include the 8-degree steering knuckles, the 8-degree C-hubs, and then the rear lockouts. Now, I got them in blue, just wanted to put a little bit of color on it. And obviously, when you're dealing with Vanquish, you're dealing with just top-notch quality of product. So, placed my order. I went through a different company other than Vanquish to order these. I placed one large order originally, and you may have seen my I Has a Box video from CKRC. There's a couple mix-ups with the order, and finally the order got shipped out, and I went ahead and I installed the rear lockouts first. Everything was solid. I installed the front C-hubs and the front knuckles, and I went to go put on these brand new Dick C-Pec wheels. These guys right here, everyone loves those, on some pit bull tires, and it rubbed this front arm right here. And these are the high clearance steering knobs, or knuckles I should say. So I went back to the drawing board, I went to all the forums, I started reading about these things, and I wanted to figure out what was going on. I sent several emails out. I sent to not only the place I bought it from, I also sent them out to Vanquish. Didn't get really a response until one day I sent a email. I happened to have had Steve's email from Vanquish, who I'm assuming is the owner of the company. I sent him an email and I put my phone number in it. And the next day I received a phone call from Steve and apologized for all the issues, offered me, basically anything I wanted to get things running. And I went ahead and I purchased a couple more things to see if I couldn't get this thing to work. And here's some things that I did have to purchase to make these things work. But before we get to that, let me show you some model numbers of the products that I put on here. We'll start out with the 8-degree steering knuckles, and hopefully you guys can see this here if my camera can focus. VPS 02854. Here is the 8-degree C-hubs, and of course these are in blue, so that may vary. VPS 02864. And then the rear lockouts, also in the blue color, and I'll show you guys a close-up of that here soon. VPS 01191. So, all in all, the Stage 1 kit, quite a bit of money. It's about $95. They do give you a little bit of break in price if you buy it all at once. I think it's about $115 if you don't. So you save about $20, or you kind of almost get the lockouts for free, so to speak. So it is a good deal with some slight issues. Now, to the issues. My Dick C-Pec wheels have a better offset, or more advantageous offset, than the stock wheels. So if I had the stock wheels on there, the tires would rub even worse. So I wanted to try and space the wheel as far away from those knuckles as I could. So the first thing I did was I went and I found these offset hubs, or hexes I should say, from Traxxas 3654, and they're the tall offset. They're almost double the size of a normal 12mm hex. So those went on there with no problem. You'll also see there's like this little tiny kind of a washer here. I'm using that as additional space. The last thing I ran into is I was running the Axial upgrade kit, and what it includes is, all the under linkage and then also the steering linkage. Well, with the high steering knuckles, it required a little bit lengthier steering linkage, which is understandable. So I went on Vanquish's site. I was trying to find something that would work, and unfortunately, nothing I could find would work, because the one that they did have listed for the SCX10, this one right here, this is the titanium drag link tie rod kit for Currie Axles only. Well, I'm not running Currie Axles, so I'm assuming that if I try and put this on, it wouldn't work. Well, I took a $20 gamble and it worked. So got those in today, finally got this thing all set up here, and I'm going to show you guys a quick close-up of everything. And I really got to say that the quality of these things are just awesome. The blue color is kind of a darker blue than what I was expecting, but it's definitely kind of a dust finish is what they call it. So it's not that kind of polish that you would see like on STRC products. There is the titanium steering linkage and tie rod, worked out perfect in this application. And as you can see here, there's how much room I have. It's about 1/8 of an inch, if that. So hopefully everything will go good. So there's the other side right there. You really see the angle of those steering knuckles, and it just basically gives you a little bit better angle or approach on steering. As far as the rear lockouts, those were the most trouble-free item, and you guys have seen me run these things already. But those went on, basically no issues whatsoever. Has a nice VP logo right there, as does, I believe, the steering linkage, or not the steering linkage, but the steering knuckles, right up there on the top. Hopefully, you guys can see that in there. There we go. So that's my story of the Vanquish products, and what I do have to say is, once speaking to Steve from Vanquish, I really got to say that they really do make great products, and I stand behind their products. I really like them. Sure, they're a little bit more money, but I think in the end they're definitely worth it. They need to tweak a couple things on their website to get everything to work out for everyone, including beginners and newbies and people that may just got into the addiction of scaling and crawling. So that's it for now, guys. Really like the product. Finally got this thing to work, and I'm really happy that everything worked out in the favor. So if you are ordering these things, just plan for that. It's probably another, I think, $22 for the tie rod and the steering linkage, and then I think I paid like $3 for the hexes. So just keep that in mind if you are planning on put these on your SCX10. And that's it for now, guys. If you have any questions about this upgrade or anything else on the SCX10, shoot a comment on down below. Pretty quick on replying. And as always, if you like it, crush the like button and subscribe to the channel. That's it for now, guys. Over and out.